Pretty as this like haze thing looks on here, I don't think I'm a fan of it because I mean it's kind of demeaning as a purpose of having a really good camera. So hold that thought. We'll come back. Okay, so we're back. So I've been kind of like I'm like showing you guys my fat or whatever. I've been kind of slacking on my videos. I've had a million things to do lately. It just seems like this month has been like get shit done, bitches. Um, which is no big deal. I mean, I enjoy getting things done, but it's been like a hectic month, but it's been relaxing at the same time. Contradictory, but whatevs. So let's go ahead and we'll backdate as far as I can remember. I don't think I told you guys about my nightmare horror story, which was, ugh, stress beyond stress, beyond stress, beyond stress. So one night Trav and I were getting ready to go to bed, and I walked in the bedroom and I'm like, the floor's wet. Like, the fuck? The floor's wet. Like, whatever, maybe my hair was wet and I just accidentally got water on the floor. And then he comes in the bedroom and he's like, did your pants get wet or something? Like, what is up with the floor? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's getting wet and I have no idea why. And it's like 10:30 at night at this point. So I'm like, just go to bed. So he sat there for a while and we just kept like stepping. You know, you do that awkward part where you're just like, step there, see if it's wet there, step there, there. And it was like, okay, this is getting really wet. So I'm like, fuck, what is going on? We live in an apartment and we have radiant heat. I think that's what it is, where it's underneath the floor. And I was like, oh my God, maybe one of the heating elements broke and there's water just pooling underneath the apartment. What is going on? I don't know. Call the maintenance people. So it's a little bit before 11. We call the maintenance people. And we're taking, like, I literally emptied out our entire closet, which was not fun because we have the second bedroom and that was filled with clothes and other such things, you know, life shit. So they show up, they rip our carpet up at 11:45 at night, sop up all this water. We have to like camp out in our living room for 3 days before this is done. Literally 3 days. And then I had to go back through and reorganize my bedroom because not only could they just not take everything out of my closet, it was literally the entire room was just on the floor. So we finally get the carpet fixed and reupholstered and everything like that. Finally get everything cleaned up back together. Like, this is hell. Never doing this again. Like, shittiest thing ever. What happened next? I'm trying to remember. Something else broke. I don't remember what it was, but it was just like, I'm gonna cry. And then last week before, somewhere in there, sometime soon, Trev had a class he had to go to in Milwaukee, and it was for Harley Davidson, so he had to go for middleweight powertrain. Pretty sure it was middleweight powertrain. So I took like a mini vacay and I was like, I'm gonna go to Milwaukee, and I'm gonna do some stupid shit. So I go to Milwaukee day one. I'll try and insert some pictures in here so you guys can kind of see the fun things I was able to do. Day one, I went to the zoo because I was like, I've never been to Milwaukee Zoo. I hear it's supposed to be awesome. I'm going to the zoo. Like, that's what I'm doing. Just watch out, bitches. So I went to the zoo and I had like a blast that day. Hardcore, so much fun. I was like, I'm having fun today. Woo! And then I went back and we went out to dinner at this little place called Build-A-Burger. If you're ever in Milwaukee and you want to go to a good place just for a sit-down burger, it looks like a total dive. Don't let the looks deceive you because it's literally walk in and there's like a little bar. You can see all the way around it. It's windows all the way around the face front of this place. But Build-A-Burger, it was really good. They don't only have burgers. They have other kind of like bar-style food there too as well. But, oh, it was so good. Like, I got a giant pretzel from them. I couldn't finish this pretzel. I mean, I didn't even finish my burger, but it was just so good. Like, I want to go back there just for that reason. Day dos, I went to the Gorham Museum. I think that's how you pronounce it. Gorham. I don't know, but it's an art museum. Not just a regular like art museum. It is a specific category of art, and it's all about industrialization, men at work, and working through the ages. It was really cool. And like I said, I'm going to fill in some pictures here so you guys can kind of see what I was talking about. But some of the artwork there was just phenomenal. I was kind of upset because it's a four-story building. Yeah, four-story building. And on the fourth story is actually, it's more of like a dome shape that you walk into, or you take the elevator up to, whatever. And when you go up there, there's statues around in a room that you walk around in a circle in, but then it's all glass around you, and there's a statue garden out front or out on the top of the building. Well, okay, keep in mind, it was like 70 the day before. It was cold that day, but not that bad. We had like no ice, no snow, nothing on the ground. Guy tells me, you can't go outside because there's too much ice out there. And I looked out there and I was like, green grass, bitches. Why can't I go out and play with the statues? Not fair. But I mean, it was really exciting because there were some beautiful pieces of artwork there that I've never even imagined were that really cool. The floor when you walk in is just this huge tiled mural that they did, and then there's this huge mural on the top ceiling that it was just so much work for them to do. The part that confused me was the fact that it's as well a school, so I didn't know that I was in a school. And there's like these people sitting around like watching shit on their phones and reading books, and I'm like, whatever, you know, it's a museum, it's quiet, I guess. And then I look around and there's like classrooms, and I'm like, stop. Classrooms? Why? I was like, oh my god, maybe I should just go sit in our classroom, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in trouble or something like that. Like, not my school. We're okay. But that was a lot of fun. Ooh, funny story. Totally off track. Not really. Back to when I was at the zoo. So I took a cab everywhere because it was just convenient. I don't like driving in the city. I didn't want to do any of that crap. So I was like, okay, take me a cab. You would think the zoo would be a popular attraction with how ginormous it is. My first cab driver gets lost. It was literally like a 10-mile drive from my hotel to the zoo. Got fucking lost. Right. Gets lost. Yes, there's road construction, but whatever. So then the second cab driver, this guy wanted to drive me around every day, never made me pay for a cab. Super nice guy. He was just like, you know, if I ever need something in that area, he's like, I give you a call, we make it even. I said, okay, you know, whatever. I don't think you're ever going to call me, but what else, I guess. So like 3 days in a row, he didn't charge me for a cab. And I was like, oh, I feel guilty doing this. But cab drivers down there, if you ever go to Milwaukee, you go somewhere, somebody calls a cab for you to go somewhere, ask them for a business card, because they will not just be driving around the city looking for people to pick up. There is no such thing. This is not like big city cabs. This is like you call a cab because you need one. You don't just get a cab. And I was like, oh, this is disappointing. But whatever. I wanted to be like, cab drivers, bitches, come get me. Okay, so after the museum, where did we go next? The next day, his class all got to go to the Harley museum, and I really wanted to go, so I just went along with them, and it was a really cheap day to go. It was like $10 for entrance or something like that, which was really, it surprised me, but it was cheap. It was $10. With being with the class, because they're there for HDU, we got to go to the archives, which is non-admittance for anybody who doesn't work there or who isn't there for a specialty tour or anything like that. So I felt really special because we got to go to the archives and see some of like what it looks like up there, where they work on these things, and where they reconstruct everything. And it was just really cool. I got to take some amazing pictures there. Like, my husband was like a kid in a candy store. Like, oh, look at all these bikes. Look at all these bikes. He was just like, oh, I want to take them all home with me. And I'm like, you can't, because that's against the rules. Like, I don't think they'd like it if we just kind of started taking these bikes with us home. Like, I don't have the space for them anyways. So, no. But it was a lot of fun, and it was exciting, and it was different. So, that was fun. That night, we went out to a place called the Safe House for dinner. Oh, my God. It was so much fun. It's how can I describe it? Like, you're a spy. That's what this place is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a spy safe house. So you walk in the store, like, it's in an alleyway. You would never find this place if you didn't know where it was, but it's literally in an alleyway for the entrance, and there's 2 doors. One of them, you see somebody walk out, and you're like, oh, and they're like, nope, this is the exit. Go to the other door. Maybe if you try a red door, that might work. Nobody gives you a straight answer. So we walk in, and you have to know the password to get into this restaurant. If you don't know the password, hold that thought. So if you don't know the password, you have to do like stupid things in this little room to get in. It's like as a test to make sure you're not a spy for another country or, you know, another agency or something like that. So whatever, no big deal. We knew the password. Password, I'll tell you guys, it's Safe House. It's the name of the restaurant. Whatever, no big deal. Well, if you are not the only group that walks in, they will make you do these because they think that, you know, like, oh, maybe somebody told you. Like, so you have to whisper it in this girl's ear, which Sorry, I'm not going to whisper in some random person's ear a password. So we had to do these Charlie's Angels poses. Well, I didn't know this until we sat down, but when you're doing all these different things and like reenacting or whatever they make you do, there's video cameras there, and all the people in the bar or in the restaurant can watch you. So you're sitting there making a fool out of yourself in front of these other people. Well, then you walk in and it's just like this maze of areas. Like, I mean, you could get lost in there so easily. Like I got lost. And they give you, when you sit down, you get a itinerary of things that you should do while you're inside. It's kind of like a little spy mission that they put you on, which is just random things throughout the entire building. Some of the walls move. Like, it's an amazing place to go. I would totally recommend it. It's fun. It's adventurous. That night they also had a magician there, so he was doing tricks at the sidebar. The waitresses are phenomenal there. Like, it was just so much fun. Like, literally so much fun. Do it. Go to the Safe House. You're gonna fucking love it. It was so much fun. We had, when we went, it was St. Patrick's Day, so we had Irish stew. Oh, it was so good. Like, I ate so much food when I was down there. It was like, oh my god, I just gained like 20 pounds in a matter of 5 days. But that's another story. So we got back from that, and he had classwork to do and stuff like that. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go hang out and do whatever. So, and then the next day I spent the whole day in the room. I was like, you know what, I'm going to have a staycation day, and I'm just literally going to sit here and do nothing. So I read my book, and I was like, okay, well then what else did I do? I went shopping. Went shopping. What else am I going to do? It was fun. Didn't buy anything super amazing. They had a Boston store there, so I got to go to the Lancome counter and actually do what I wanted to do. So I picked up a new foundation and a couple other things, and that was really all I did shopping wise. Like, there wasn't much for shopping where I was at, and I didn't want to take a 45-minute drive to go shopping. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna relax. And then the last day I was there, I got to go to the Milwaukee Public Museum. That, oh my god, if you want something to do for a whole day, like I got there at, I want to say like 11, maybe 10:30. Okay, so 10:30, 11. I was not bored by the time when I left, and it was like 3:45. I left just because I had to go back and meet Trav at the hotel so we could get the car. But oh my god, so much fun. This place is fucking huge, and there's so many cool things to do. $23 gets you in. It gets you 2 movies. It gets you the I did Ancient Stargazers, which is in their planetarium, which I've never been to before. And if you've never been to a planetarium, if you get motion sickness, don't go. I almost threw up. But it was fun. And then you get to see a secondary movie either in 3D or in 2D regular viewing. And I watched, what was it, Jerusalem? Something about Jerusalem. But it was so much fun. I had such an amazing time. I can't wait to go back and take like my niece there or something like that. It's a full day, like literally a full day of crap you can do inside of there. Not crap, like amazing. Thing that creeps me out though, don't make realistic statues and like hide them. Like, you'd be walking by these like indoor buildings and you look over and you'd be like, what the fuck was that? Where there's just somebody in the window, and you look and there's like a statue like peeking out the window, and it's like one of the most realistic things you'll ever see in your life. Amazeballs. But that was my fun time there. What else? That was really all we did there. And then on the way home, we stopped at Madison and did a little bit of shopping as well, too. I went to Victoria's Secret and spent an ass load of money. Nothing new there. And then, let's see. I'm trying to think. I've had so many things going on recently. They just kind of all run together in my brain. Last night? Yeah, last night I went to my niece's first production and being in a play. She's 13 years old, and I swear to God, I'm gonna kill her if she starts dating soon, because she's gorgeous. Like, she is fucking beautiful for being 13. It's ridiculous. And she's going through the whole stage of like, don't tell me nothing. But she's such a wonderful kid. Like, she listens. It's like, what are you? You're so condescending. But she did an awesome job. They did, I think it was called Flower Power. It's a play about hippies and hugging trees and crap like that. But it was really cute. It was funny. It was comedic. But it was adorable. And they did it 2 nights. They did it Thursday night and Friday night. Thursday night, she was just a secretary. Friday night, she is the secretary along with one of the bikers in the play. I don't want to tell you guys really. It's kind of a boring story, but she plays 2 parts on Friday night's edition. And I wanted to go Friday night, but went Thursday night. And it was like an hour and 45 minutes. It's like, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Too many people. So, but that was a lot of fun. And then I've just been working. But, all right. So my video is getting a little long and I just want to be like, hey, we're done. I just wanted to give you guys a fill in. I'm debating about doing a haul. I don't know. I haven't had much time lately to do really any filming or videos or anything like that. I was thinking about doing some tutorials or anything. I don't know. You guys got to give me some ideas here. I can do movie reviews. I got to do movie reviews in my next clip. A few of them. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up and leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys would like to hear about. If there's additional pictures you want me to throw into a video for you guys to see what was in Milwaukee and what it was like down there. Just give me a heads up. Let me know what you guys like about it and what you guys didn't. Tell me things I should see and I'm in your town next time. So, stay fresh, bitches.